Hey there, science fans. Imagine a world without money. No more dollar bills, no more credit cards, no more worrying about if you can afford that new gadget you've been eyeing. Sounds pretty wild, right? We're so used to using money every day that it's hard to imagine life without it. But for most of human history, there was no such thing as money as we know it. People traded goods and services directly with each other in a system called bartering. Think about it. What if you had to trade your prized comic book collection for a haircut, or your bike for a week's worth of groceries? It might sound fun at first, but it could get pretty complicated. So buckle up because we're about to take a trip to explore a world without money. Get ready to discover the fascinating history of trade, the challenges of bartering, and the surprising ways technology might evolve in a moneyless society. Before money, things were a little chaotic. Imagine you're a farmer with a whole bunch of potatoes. You'd love to trade some for a new pair of shoes. Sounds simple, right? But what if the shoemaker doesn't like potatoes? That's where money comes in. People needed a way to trade goods and services easily, without having to find someone who wanted exactly what they had to offer. Money acts as a common medium of exchange, something everyone agrees has value. Early forms of money were often objects with inherent value, like livestock or salt. Can you imagine carrying around a sack of salt to buy your groceries? Talk about a workout. Eventually, we developed coins and paper money, making trade much more convenient. So, money solved a big problem. It allowed for more complex economies and helped societies grow. But could we have built the world we know today without it? Let's find out. Let's travel back in time to a world without money. Imagine you're a skilled carpenter and you need a new oven for your bakery. You grab your toolbox and head to the market, hoping to find someone willing to trade. You spot a blacksmith with a beautiful brand new oven. Perfect. You offer to build him a sturdy workbench in exchange. But there's a catch. He already has a workbench. He's actually looking for someone to repair his roof. This is the challenge of bartering. It relies on a double coincidence of wants. Both parties need to want what the other has to offer. This can make trading very time-consuming and inefficient. Plus, how do you determine the value of a cow compared to a cartload of wheat? Bartering can lead to disputes over worth and fairness. It's enough to make you miss the simplicity of dollar bills. Okay, picture this. Your alarm clock goes off. Powered by a clever system of weights and pulleys, of course, since we don't have electricity bills. You need coffee, but you're out of beans. Time for a trade. You head over to your neighbor's house, who roasts their own beans. Luckily, they're in desperate need of your lawn mowing skills. You strike a deal. An hour of lawn care for a week's worth of coffee. Later, you need to get to your job designing windmills. No more gas-guzzling cars. You hop on public transportation, powered by community effort. Everyone takes turns pedaling a giant interconnected bicycle system. It's a different world for sure. Some things are harder, like long-distance travel or buying a house. But there's also a strong sense of community and cooperation. Section 5. Could we have smartphones without money? Now for the big question. Could we have all the amazing technology we have today without money? It's a tough one. Developing advanced technology requires massive resources and collaboration. Without money, funding research and development would be incredibly difficult. Imagine trying to convince thousands of people to contribute their time and skills to build a supercomputer, all in exchange for bartered goods. However, necessity is the mother of invention. Perhaps in a moneyless world, technology would have evolved differently, focusing on sustainability and community-driven solutions. Instead of smartphones, maybe we'd have sophisticated communication devices powered by renewable energy, built and shared by local communities. It's a fascinating thought experiment. Section 6. Barter blunders. When trades go wrong. Let's face it, bartering can be downright hilarious. Imagine trying to trade your collection of rubber chickens. Hey, everyone has their hobbies. For a new set of tires. It's a tough sell. Or picture this. You're a talented baker and you're craving pizza. You find a pizzeria owner who's willing to trade, but they want a 3-tiered wedding cake in exchange for a large pepperoni. Talk about an uneven trade. These situations highlight the inherent difficulties of bartering. Without a standardized system of value, it's easy to end up on the losing end of a deal. And let's not forget the awkwardness of trying to negotiate the value of your pet goldfish against a used lawnmower. Section 7. From bartering to Bitcoin. The future of exchange. So we've explored the past and present of trade, but what about the future? Will we always rely on physical money, or will we see new forms of exchange emerge? We're already seeing a shift towards digital currencies like Bitcoin. These decentralized systems operate independently of governments and banks, using cryptography to secure transactions. Could digital currencies offer a glimpse into a future where we move beyond physical money altogether? Or will we find new and innovative ways to combine the best aspects of bartering, traditional currency, and digital technology? The future of exchange is full of possibilities. One thing's for sure. As technology continues to advance, the way we exchange goods and services is bound to evolve in exciting and unexpected ways. Section 8. The good, the bad, and the ugly of a moneyless society. Living in a moneyless world would definitely have its ups and downs. On the plus side, it could foster a stronger sense of community and cooperation. People would need to rely on each other and work together to meet their needs. Imagine a world with less greed and materialism, where people value skills and contributions over possessions. It sounds pretty utopian, right? But let's not forget the challenges. Without a standardized system of value, trade could become complicated and inefficient. It might be difficult to save for large purchases or plan for the future. And let's be real. Eliminating greed and inequality might be a bit of a tall order, even without money in the picture. Section 9. What would happen to Wall Street? Okay, time for a little fun. Imagine Wall Street without money. No more stock market frenzy, no more billion-dollar mergers, no more financial jargon that makes your head spin. Instead of traders in suits shouting numbers, picture a giant farmer's market. People would gather to barter their goods and services, from haircuts to homemade pies. The concept of buying low and selling high would take on a whole new meaning. Imagine trying to time the market for the best trade on a bushel of apples or a hand-knitted sweater. It's a funny thought, but it highlights just how deeply ingrained money is in our current economic system. Section 10. So, could we live without money? We've explored the history of trade, the challenges of bartering, and the potential impact on technology. So, could we actually live in a world without money? It's certainly a thought-provoking question. While it's hard to imagine our complex global society functioning without some form of currency, it's an interesting thought experiment. Perhaps a moneyless world would look radically different than what we know today, with a greater emphasis on community, sustainability, and resource sharing. Or maybe we'd find ourselves returning to the barter system, with all its inherent challenges and comical situations. One thing's for sure. The relationship between humans and money is complex and constantly evolving. As we look towards the future, it's important to consider the role of currency in our lives and explore alternative ways to exchange value and build a more equitable and sustainable world. Keep those brains buzzing, science fans!